Hello everyone, this is Andrew Tice. I have a 2010 Chevy Silverado 1500 4.8 liter. I hate that motor. I hate the transmission, the 460 LE or whatever it is, because I tow, and this truck was actually not really meant to tow. And what I'm doing today is installing a transmission cooler. It is a Durali transmission cooler, as you can see from right there. There it is, installed, mounted, and ready to go. And I did not find any help on this particular truck. Is the crew cab. I've only got about 70,000 miles. I had to flush my transmission fluid because it was burnt. I tow a lot with it. I get over 200 degrees all the time, and so I installed this cooler. And what I want to walk through with you today is how to actually do this, because there's nothing online. First of all, if you want to flush your transmission fluid in this truck, this is a 2010 1500 with, like I said, the 4.8 liter. You have to pull the the exhaust manifold off. Well, not the manifold, but the downpipe has to be disconnected, and that's a terrible view, to be able to drop the pan, because the pan under here, as you will see from this right here, the pan, which is right on the other side here, right here, the exhaust, this cross member right here, gets in the way of dropping the pan. So you can't drop the pan without disconnecting the exhaust, and that sucks, and I hate it. So what I did today was I had to pay to have that done. 350 bucks at the Chevy dealership. My mechanic told me to have the Chevy dealership do it because he didn't know how to do it. So appreciate that honesty. Something rarely found with mechanics. Anyway, basically what you have here is you have your return line, which is right there with that hose clamp on it. That goes into this one right here, and right there. So there's a return line. There's the line that line is actually supposed to go in there, which is in the radiator. What I did was, when I installed this, was there's a mount tab right there, and I took that and I put it in a vise and I bent it so that this would come around, but yet this line wouldn't hit the fan shroud down there. So, and then I ran my line. This is quite a bend right here with this line right here. I don't like that, but I really didn't have an option there. And then I have it run down into the cooler, and then this one here comes up around and mounts to that one there. So if you're looking to add a transmission cooler to a 4.8 liter weak behind motor, this is the way to do it. It's really the only way to do it. I did end up using the pass-through zip ties, I guess you could call them. I don't like those at all, but really there's nowhere else to mount this thing unless you buy a bracket, build a bracket, which I was considering doing, putting a bracket here and running it down to there. But I don't really have the time. I'm towing all the time around a pressure washing business, Integrated Power Washing in Warner Robins, Georgia. Nice little plug. And so I have to have this now, because like I said, I'm getting over 200 degrees every day I tow, because it's 90 degrees here plus daily during the summer. So that's how I mounted mine. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, please let me know. I got a little bit more tidying up to do. I'm going to chafe wrap this to prevent it from chafing right there where those two meet. They do touch, so there'll be some chafe, anti-chafe put on those. I got to move these hose clamps up a little bit because they're kind of on the end of the hoses, and I don't like that. Not a ton of pressure going through here, but it's a super easy install. This is the Durali from eTrailer.com, and it wasn't really difficult. It only took me about 20 minutes to actually install it. The routing of the hoses was a little bit tricky, and then bending that tab took me a minute to figure out. So this is Andrew Tice. If you have any questions, hit me up.